Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, U.S. Immigration. We hope you're doing great. Well, in today's video, we will be talking about U.S. Immigration Weekly Recap, August 25th to 31. Welcome to the U.S. Immigration Weekly Recap for August 25th to 31st. In this edition, we'll explore the most significant developments in immigration policies, global migration trends, and the latest updates impacting immigrants worldwide. From new U.S. immigration regulations to shifts in international migration strategies, we have the key highlights to stay informed. If you are interested in this, so to get all the information, pay attention and watch the video through to the end. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. Biden calls ruling wrong, as Texas judge suspends immigration reform policy. A Texas judge has ordered a temporary pause on a policy that would streamline the process for spouses of U.S. citizens to obtain legal status in the country, a blow to one of U.S. President Joe Biden's biggest immigration reform policies. Judge J. Campbell Barker granted a 14-day administrative stay Monday in a case brought by the Republican Attorneys General of 16 U.S. states challenging the policy. Biden restarts immigration program for 4 countries with more vetting. The Biden administration is restarting an immigration program that allows migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela to come to the United States, and it includes additional vetting of their U.S.-based financial sponsors following fraud concerns. The Department of Homeland Security had suspended the program earlier this month to investigate the concerns, but indicated that an internal review found no widespread fraud among sponsors. Harris vows tougher approach on migration, supports weapons for Israel. Vice President Kamala Harris vowed a tougher approach to migration along the southern border and said she would not withhold weapons to Israel in her first interview with a major news organization since becoming the Democratic nominee for president. In the interview with CNN anchor Dana Bash, Harris sought to show she is in command of the issues and give Americans a sense of her policy positions with little more than 2 months until Election Day on November 5th, reported by Reuters. Immigration around world. Panama deports Ecuadorian migrants in second U.S.-backed flight. Panamanian authorities deported a group of migrants to Ecuador on a second flight financed by the United States, as part of an agreement between the U.S. and Panama to discourage irregular crossings and reduce the flow of mostly U.S.-bound migration. The flight carrying 30 Ecuadorians departed on Thursday evening en route to the coastal city of Manta, Ecuador, Panama's migration service said, adding that the migrants were deported for evading a migration checkpoint on the popular Darien Gap route. The pox outbreak in Africa poses risks for refugees, displaced communities. United Nations agencies warn that refugees and displaced communities in the Democratic Republic of Congo and other African countries reporting pox infections are at particular risk of illness and death because of the conditions under which they are forced to live. More food and other relief reach millions of famished Sudanese. Breakthroughs providing for greater humanitarian access that was achieved in the first round of U.S.-mediated peace talks on Sudan are expanding, the United States Special Envoy for Sudan said. For Senegalese dreaming of Europe, the deadly Atlantic route is not a deterrent. Salamba Ndiaye was 22 when she first tried to get to Spain, dreaming of a career as a real estate agent. Without her parents' knowledge, she made it onto a small fishing boat known as a pirogue, but the Senegalese police intercepted the vessel before it could leave. A year later, Ndiaye tried again, successfully making it off the coast, but this time a violent storm forced the boat to stop in Morocco, where Ndiaye and the other passengers were sent back to Senegal. Germany repatriates first group of Afghan refugees since Taliban takeover. A group of 28 asylum seekers were repatriated to Afghanistan from Germany on Friday after being deported for criminal convictions. The deportees, on board a chartered flight, arrived in the capital of Kabul, where Taliban authorities promptly detained them for investigation and blocked journalists' access to the airport, according to witnesses. The Taliban did not immediately issue a statement regarding the fate of the Afghan returnees or whether the repatriation resulted from mutual understanding between Kabul and Berlin. 13 dead after boat capsizes off Yemen, migration agency says. 13 people died and 14 others are missing after a boat capsized off Yemen on Tuesday, the International Organization for Migration said Sunday. The migrant boat, carrying 25 Ethiopians and 2 Yemenis, had been sailing off the coast of Yemen's Taiz Governorate in the southwest. News brief: U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services announced the opening of an international field office in Quito, Ecuador, on September 10th. The Quito field office will focus on increasing refugee processing capacity, consistent with USCIS commitments under the U.S. Refugee Admissions Program, and helping reunite individuals with their family members in the United States. That wraps up this week's U.S. Immigration Recap for August 25th to 31st. We hope these updates have provided valuable insights into the ever-evolving landscape of immigration. Stay tuned for next week's recap, where we'll continue to bring you the latest news and analysis on immigration trends from around the globe. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.
Hello everyone, welcome back to channel US Immigration. We hope you're doing great. Well, in today's video, we'll be talking about US Immigration Weekly Recap, August 25 to 31st. The US Immigration Weekly Recap from August 25 to 31st highlights significant developments in US and global immigration. In the US, a Texas judge issued a temporary suspension of a Biden administration policy aimed at streamlining the legal status process for spouse of US citizens, marking a setback for one of the President Biden's major immigration reforms. Meanwhile, the Biden administration restarted an immigration program for migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela, adding stricter vetting for US-based financial sponsors after concerns of fraud. Vice President Kamala Harris, in a major interview since becoming the Democratic nominee for president, placed a tougher stance on migration along the southern border and affirmed her support for providing weapons to Israel. This comes as she seeks to demonstrate her leadership on key issues with the presidential election approaching. Globally, Panama deported a group of Ecuadorian migrants in a US-backed flight aimed at curbing irregular migration through Darien Gap. In Africa, the mpox outbreak poses heightened risk for refugees and displaced communities, particularly in the Democratic Republic of Congo, due to their vulnerable living conditions. In Sudan, increased humanitarian access was achieved following US-mediated peace talks providing relief to millions of famished Sudanese. The report also covers the perilous journeys of Senegalese migrants attempting to reach Europe via the deadly Atlantic route and Germany's repatriation of 28 Afghan refugees, marking the first deportation since the Taliban takeover. Additionally, 13 migrants died after a boat capsized off Yemen, further highlighting the dangers faced by migrants worldwide. In a news brief, the US Citizenship and Immigration Services announced the opening of International Field Office in Quito, Ecuador to enhance refugee processing and family unification efforts. This summary captures the key immigration-related events and updates from the past week, reflecting the ongoing challenges and policy shift in the global migration landscape.